It's week 17 of the National Football League. And we'll get a look at the Penguin, Jalen Waddle. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Wentz's throw pulled in by Jefferson. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Henry.
And this will be a Vikings first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board. They're able to avoid that 3 and out.
He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Take a look at the defense for these Texans.
Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
The throw over the middle, taken in.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 31-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Fights off the defender. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, I sure wouldn't be surprised if we see more of this as this game goes on, because we know they like to use their wideouts either on quick throws or on jet sweeps like what we just saw there. And to say that that one worked well, partner, that's stating the obvious.
Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry.
And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. That'll go as a pickup of 8. quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Still first down.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Henry. Give him a couple on the run there. It'll be 2nd and 13.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. Throwing is Wentz. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And 3rd and 8 now. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
There's Addison. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon. This is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. So here come the Texans now for their first drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year, but it's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
Play action. Here's Stroud. That's going to be caught downfield by Mooney. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Texans at 8-7, a game over 500 on the year. And they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And he pulled in downfield by Collins. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. That one good for 26 and a first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And he'll be out of bounds. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
Ready.
Stroud. Touchdown, Texans. Jalen Waddle with an amazing diving catch. And the Texans are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Gano the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Wentz. Addison throws it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
A first down carry for Henry. Fights through him, and they can't bring him down. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 39-yard line. Wentz now to throw.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 3.
The handoff, running left, Henry. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Texans are going to have it here just past the 25.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Second and 10. A shotgun snap to Stroud.
That's complete. It's Collins. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
3rd and 3. Another one caught by Collins. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On first down, Rudd. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Let's go now.
So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9.
18 Rattler. Go.
Now Stroud. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds.
A huge play there for Houston. 45 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Here's Stroud.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Dalton Schultz from 4 yards out. And the Texans have taken the lead. Gano now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was the tight end Dalton Schultz on the touchdown reception to cap the drive.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Jordan Addison in the offense out for another drive.
He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
We'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Back to the air on second down. Wentz. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Well, there was second long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. Inside handoff, Henry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here's Wentz to throw.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forcing throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. With these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Got ready.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 9.
Ready.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He's got it to Collins, complete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
Ready up. 77. Tag. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Ready.
They'll run on first down. Run. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Mustang 19.
Throwing now is Stroud. Open man is Waddle, complete.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Hustle, hustle, hustle. Ready, ready.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And this will be taken at the 13. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half.
A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. Wentz now on first down. This one brought in by Jefferson. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Now Wentz. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Good defensive call right there, because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route, and he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Wentz to throw again. He's got his target. That's complete. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Go.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Over the middle, complete. It's Henry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Texans going to take over here to start quarter number 3. This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
Stroud's throw taken in by Collins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 25 yards that time.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and a couple. Now a give, right side. Rudd. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Come 19! Come 19!
And Stroud now to throw.
And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal...
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always...
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So winds up a very smart decision to throw the flag. They reset the spot, and now that's a 1st down. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Stroud looking to throw. Got a man. It's Collins complete.
And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
They'll complete this one to Collins. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two are connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans.
Jalen Waddle
with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now 21-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now
urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
They fake the give. Now Wentz.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It's a gain of 35.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long game or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
Ball start, offense.
Unbelievable.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still first down.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a play fake. Wentz.
And this one too low.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Wentz. Flush to his right.
And Wentz going to slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run forward with Henry. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Derrick Henry.
His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are back within a score.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
They'll bring a tight end in motion right. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Stroud to throw it. He's got his man, Schultz, coming across the formation. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 26. A gain there of 21 yards.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. He was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Here's Stroud. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And that's an important completion right there because that's going to do it. With that last pass, he eclipses Peyton Manning's all-time mark of 5,477 pass yards in a single season. I think the Engravers, they can get the MVP trophy ready. This has been a year for the ages as he stands alone in single-season passing. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man.
At the Vikings 17-yard line.
Back now in Houston. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Stroud. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that important. Be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
And bulldozing his way through. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Vikings head out to take over once again. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. 1st and 10. Here's Wentz. He's got his man on the crossing route. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
To throw, it's Wentz. And his throw is incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Wentz now to throw. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 18. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return.
And the Texans will take over. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Throwing now is Stroud. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. Now he's loose again.
Touchdown, Houston.
Jalen Waddle,
72 yards.
And the Texans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Gano for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Go.
Throwing on first is Wentz.
And he'll get this underneath to Henry.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now Wentz.
Complete to Addison on the out route.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Wentz to throw again.
Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison.
And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. Throwing is Wentz.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Wentz, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Ready.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Cougar 19.
On 2nd down, it's Stroud.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
And Stroud now to throw.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the 1st down.
1st and 10, it's Stroud.
Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Play action. Here's Stroud. This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
And they're going to speed things up here.
2 yards on the pickup.
Stroud looking to throw. Over the middle, he gets it to Collins.
And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Ready.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion And that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Stroud looking to change the play.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal.
Go!
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen.
Then he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw pulled in by Jefferson.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. On 1st down, Wentz. He dumps it off for Henry. Touchdown, Vikings! Derrick Henry. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Let's go!
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
70.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down, and that is the big one, as they should be able to run it out from here.
They'll keep it on the ground. Rudd. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So this one in the win column for the Texans. And it was thanks in large part to the play of their 2nd-year quarterback.
Yeah, you have